Hey ladies and gentlemen, Steven here from Redolessence. Welcome back to another video. Thank you so much for joining me today. So 10 of the most popular and best-selling niche fragrances that the industry has to offer. I'm very excited to get on with this list and tell you all about these fragrances and also why I love them so much. So make sure to stay tuned. Now, before I begin this video of the top 10 best-selling and most popular niche perfumes that the industry has to offer, and I also give you my thoughts on each one of them, I do want to mention that if you are a fan of fragrance-related content, if you like fragrance reviews here on YouTube, but also top 10 videos, giveaways, unboxings, and more, please do consider supporting this channel by subscribing to it. And also, if you can give this video a thumbs up, it would really mean a lot to me. There's also going to be a giveaway of a 5 ml decant of any 3 fragrances in this list. And so if you would like to enter the giveaway, the only thing you have to do is go on over to the website that I have down below in the description section. It's Olfactory Factory. They are a retailer of niche perfumes. They have them for really good prices. All of their information is going to be down below. Once you visit the website, just check out their catalog of perfumes, see what they have to offer, and then all you got to do is just leave one comment down below with if you had the opportunity to purchase anything from their website, what would you buy? And also tell me where you're located. If you're from the States, tell me what city you're from. If you're from a different country, just tell me what country you're from. This is going to be an international giveaway, so I'm really excited to be hosting this. And Olfactory Factory has a lot of really great niche perfumes for really good prices. And there's also a special coupon code for the fragrance in the #1 spot. I don't want to tell you what it is because I don't want to spoil the list prematurely. So with that being said, let's just go ahead and jump on into the list. And the first fragrance that I want to talk about is by the company Centriq Molecules, and this one is called Molecule 01. There is no denying the popularity of this fragrance, and the popularity and best-selling nature of a lot of these fragrances has also been corroborated by not only creative directors but perfumers as well. The perfumer for this fragrance is Givenchy, and I've actually had the opportunity to interview him right here on my YouTube channel, and he has indeed confirmed that this is one of the best-selling fragrances, not just by the brand, but ever. As a matter of fact, even when I looked at my review of Molecule 01, it had, well, I think almost 100,000 views. So it does certainly get a lot of play from people. It is worn by several celebrities, and this is a fragrance that is comprised of one note, which is Isoe Super, which is said to have a pheromone-like effect that kind of smells like vetiver and cedarwood. And Givenchy has confirmed as much in my 30-minute interview that I did with him. I'm going to leave a card to that up here if you're interested in hearing it in a little bit more detail. But Isoe Super is the main ingredient. Molecule 01 by Centriq Molecules, one of the best-selling niche perfumes of all time. Love layering it with different fragrances. Now, the next fragrance that I want to talk about is composed by Jorge Lee. Again, I flew to Istanbul, Turkey. I've had the opportunity of meeting Jorge Lee in person, and he's just a great individual. He gave me a tour of the factory. MG International has also spoken to me about the success of this fragrance. And by the company Nishane, this is called Hachava. So this smells very similar to Creed Aventus. It has a lot of smoke, a lot more smoke than Creed Aventus, but it also has a little bit of that fruity pineapple in the opening. So this is a much darker, almost leather-like inspiration of Creed Aventus, which is not directly inspired by Creed Aventus. It just so happened that, you know, they do share a lot of common ingredients, but this one is much darker, it's earthy, and I personally love this one. Definitely the best-selling Nishane fragrance. I'm sure Ani is a close second, and there's so many from the brand that I love. Vain and Naive, Wulong Cha, and there's a few others that I own that I think I've reviewed on my channel, or at the very least featured in lists, but there's no denying the popularity of this fragrance. So the next fragrance is, I think, the bestseller from Frederic Malle. They have a lot of great fragrances, everything from Monsieur to, pardon my pronunciation of that, to Night, Promise. Of course, there's also Bigarade Concentré. I know Jean-Claude Elena has done a few fragrances for them, as has Dominique Ropion, who's one of the greatest perfumers out there. This one was actually composed by Maurice Roussel, and this one is called Musgravajour. And so with this fragrance, you have vanilla, spices, you have clove, which is a really interesting ingredient that you're gonna get in the opening, and of course the namesake of the perfume, which is musk. So this was one of the most talked about fragrances on YouTube back in like 2000 and 2011, 2012, something like that. Everybody was hyping it up, and I actually own 2 bottles of it. Can you tell that I wore a lot of this one? And you can just see the liquid is so dark inside. That's on account of the vanilla. So whenever natural vanilla is used in perfumes, after a while, it will begin to, of course, oxidize, and it does turn into this sort of reddish, ambery color. But in any case, this is such an incredible fragrance by Frederic Malle. And I also suspect that it sells a lot better than other fragrances because it's not exorbitantly priced. And so a lot of Frederic Malle fragrances are in the wheelhouse, believe it or not, of like $700, $800, $900. This is one of the more inexpensive options, albeit still expensive, but Musgravajour by Frederic Malle, amazing. So the next fragrance, I also had the pleasure of meeting this perfumer in person a couple of times, if I'm not mistaken. He actually signed one of my bottles, and it was just such an honor to meet him in person. This is by Rochas Parfums, and this one is called Elysium. And so I actually had a chat with one of the folks over at Euro Perfumes, which is the official US distributor, and she said in a comical way, but I think she was serious too, that this fragrance keeps their lights on because of how well it sells. And of course, Rochas Parfums has so many amazing fragrances, everything from Scandal and Danger and Sweetie Oud and Burlington 1819 and A Midsummer Dream, and they just have so many of my favorite fragrances. But Elysium, there's just something really magical about this one. Beautiful, fresh, citrusy, and floral fragrance. Incredibly versatile as well. So I also know the managing director of the next brand, which is why I said, you know, with a lot of these fragrances, I have corroborated the fact that they are the best sellers from these respective brands. And sure enough, this is the best-selling fragrance from this brand, at least on the men's side. And this one by Parfums de Mer is called Layton. Now, of course, I love Godolphin and Pegasus and Layton Exclusive, and my favorite is Carlisle, and of course Herod gets a lot of play as well in the community, but Layton is by far the most popular one. You have the vanilla, the apple, the geranium. It's a beautiful, versatile fragrance. You can dress it up or dress it down. You can actually wear it in a clubbing and partying environment as well. The next fragrance that I want to talk about is not only one of the best-selling niche fragrances and one of the most popular niche fragrances, it also happens to be one of the most cloned niche fragrances. And by the company Tom Ford, that's all I need to say, and you should already know what it is. Tuscan leather. We've seen so many brands out there put out their own version or their own twist of Tuscan leather, and you know, you have to give credit to the original. You have that sort of raspberry leather vibe that's in there, touches of smoke as well, very dark and mysterious. Tuscan Leather by Tom Ford is an awesome fragrance, and of course I should remind you that almost all, if not all, of these fragrances are available at Olfactory Factory for a really good price as well. So once again, all of the links are going to be down below. So the next fragrance also happens to be a fragrance that has inspired so many other fragrances that succeeded it, and originally by Sospiro, now under the Xerjoff umbrella. It's called Erbapura, and I've also had the opportunity of meeting Carbonell, who is a perfumer, and I spoke to not only Christian Carbonell but also his father Francisco, and they have spoken to me about the popularity of this fragrance, and I absolutely love it. It's an amazing fragrance. It is fruity. It's certainly green. It has this earthy, grassy component about it, but it has this very tropical, fruity vibe, you know, like melon, passion fruit. It's an amazing fragrance. Of course, since then, we've had fragrances like Dahab by Kajal, or there's one by Tiziana Terenzi called Kirke. So there have been a lot of fragrances that kind of fall within the vein of Erbapura, but of course we must, you know, give credit to the original. So of course, I can't make a list like this without mentioning the following brand, and that brand is of course Creed, and we have Green Irish Tweed and Creed Aventus. So the number 3 and the number 2, there is no denying the popularity of Creed, but even if you try to zoom in and say, okay, what are the most popular Creed fragrances for men, it has to be GIT and Aventus. Of course, there's Original Vetiver, and there's Tabaron Millésime, and there's Millésime Imperial, and there's Original Santal, and there's so on and so forth. But these are the most popular ones. 1985, 2010. Creed Aventus is definitely their bestseller, but this is also an incredible fragrance that came out in '85. And since then, of course, we've seen releases like Giorgio Beverly Hills, and then we've also seen Cody's Aspen and Davidoff's Cool Water, and just so many fragrances that have taken that DNA and ran with it. But obviously we need to give credit to the original, which is Green Irish Tweed, Lemon, Iris, lemon verbena, violet, just a very gentlemanly scent. You can wear this one dressed up or dressed down. It's a little bit more formal in my opinion. If you want to dress it down, then wear Cool Water or something. But Creed Aventus is an amazing, amazing fragrance. There have been 300 billion clones of Creed Aventus. And so, I mean, if that doesn't speak to its popularity enough, I don't know what will. So the next fragrance that I want to talk about, I actually saved for the #1 spot because one, it happens to be one of my favorite fragrances for the summertime. Two, it happens to be one of my favorite fragrances, period. Three, I actually spoke to the perfumer Antonio Visconti via video chat on WhatsApp, and he told me that it was one of their best-selling fragrances. Not only that, there's going to be a coupon code, Steven30, which is going to give you 30% off your purchase of any fragrance by this company. All of the information is going to be down below once again, and that's the best price that you're going to be able to find on this brand online, whether you've been wanting to purchase something from this house or if you're a splitter and you want to get a bottle for a really good price while the opportunity is out there. And by the way, that coupon code, I don't get any kickback from it. I don't make any money from it. It's just something that I worked out with the brand to try to give my subscribers a really good deal if you are interested in purchasing anything from this company. The company is Royal Crown and the fragrance is called Celebration. Now, of course, this is a celebration to Italy, so you can see the crown of the bottle has the Italian flag's colors on it. And Antonio Visconti told me all about this fragrance and the natural citrus that he uses in it, and just the mint that's used in this fragrance is one of the most breathtaking, inviting, natural, and organic mint notes that I've ever smelled in my life. And he also told me about the floral elements, I believe it's jasmine, and how they need to be harvested at a certain time of the day. And just his passion and his knowledge for fragrances is unmatched. And so here we have 10 of the most popular niche fragrances on the market, also happen to be 10 of the most or the best selling niche fragrances on the market. And I do love every single one of them. I think they're all very special and they're all going to be in my fragrance arsenal for as long as I live. And so thank you again so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. Hope you took something of value from it. If you did, let me know, leave a comment down below. Also, please don't forget to support this channel by subscribing to it. It would really mean a lot to me. Give this video a thumbs up. And once again, if you're interested in entering this giveaway for your chance to win a 5 ml decant of any 3 fragrances from this list, all you need to do is visit the link down below to Olfactory Factory's website and leave a comment down below with, if you had to purchase any fragrance from their website, which one would it be? And also let me know what your location is. If you're from the States, what city are you from? Or what state are you from, I should say. And if you're from outside of the United States, what country are you from? Thanks again for watching. Love you all. Good luck, everybody. We'll see you soon. Bye.